everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and the folks at SleepOvation sent me their 77 tiny pillows in one to review. So let's get started.
Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert.
But before I get started about talking about their pillow, you've probably seen in some of my other reviews before that they have a SleepOvation mattress. And this is the mattress I use all the time. I love it. And if you're interested in finding out more about the mattress, make sure you check out my review on that link up there. But I am going to talk about their pillow because it's very cool. So it's very much like the mattress in the fact that it has tiny individual pillows, 77. And so it's really nice because when you're sleeping on it, it contours to your curves of your neck, your head, and your face. And the reason that's important is because when you're sleeping, if you're moving and turning, if you're like me, I'm a side sleeper, back sleeper, kind of a tosser and turner, you're moving throughout the night. If you have the pillow to kind of help conform as you go, it's really nice to support your neck because you really want your neck to be in a neutral position when you're sleeping. And you probably saw when I was lying down, and I'll show you again. See, this is not a big bulky pillow, and you really don't want to have pillows that are big and bulky. You want to have that neutral position in your neck and your spine when you're sleeping. And this is almost the perfect height. And then it'll go into the curves, and then it'll make sure everything's supported how it's supposed to be. So that's really nice that it kind of helps get everything like that. And even you could see, so my shoulder is down onto the mattress, and then the pillow kind of protects that curve of my spine. So it also has a cool to touch to it. You can also take the top layer off the cover here, and it's washable, so that's really nice. But I like the cool touch feeling because if you're like me, you get really hot when you sleep, and this makes sure that it's kind of cool when you sleep throughout the night. And also the cover is sweat resistant, so if you happen to sweat a lot when you sleep at night, it'll help protect the underlying layer as well. So I wanted to show you these little tiny pillows here because what's also neat is you can see that since they're individual there, that it helps with airflow, and that also helps with the hotness as well, because a lot of times just on regular pillows you end up getting like what I call a hot pocket because the heat just stays trapped together. And so with these little airflows here, it really keeps the air flowing and keeps everything cool. And studies do show when you're a little bit cooler at night, you sleep better. So that is awesome to be able to have that component as well. So you can see here that it's nice, it squishes in, so it helps, form to your curves, but it bounces right back. And that's one of the big things that I like about both the mattress and the pillow, because a lot of times with traditional memory foam, when you go in, it stays there and it keeps that, like if you stick your hand in and that imprint stays there for a long time, but then if you're turning away going somewhere else, it stays that way. But since this bounces right back, then it comes back and gives you that support as well. And so that's really nice. And it also gives you just that pressure relief throughout. So like a lot of times when I've had trouble finding pillows, I end up having a lot of pain on my ear, and that's because it sticks out, and so it gives more pressure on it, and a lot of times I wake up with my ear being painful. But again, this really just kind of allows that give, so you have that pressure relief in those spots that are a little bit more weight on it or pushes into the area more. So when I sleep, I don't have that pressure on my ear there anymore, so I really like that as well. And then, so I want to lie down on it one more time just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, how you don't want a pillow that's like too far high up where you're cranking your neck, and but you don't want to not have anything because you want to have that support in there. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit so you can see here. So as you can see me lying on my side, and when I'm talking, I pick up my head just a little bit. So it might not be in a complete neutral position, but if I was sleeping, I'd probably be a little bit more like this, but it's a little hard for me to see when I do that. So it might be off just a little bit, but what I want you to see is how my neck is supported here, but my shoulders are still off that pillow. And then everything should be in a fairly neutral position. It doesn't have to be exact because you're going to be moving a little bit as you sleep, but it's really supporting everything. And then even if you just turn over on onto your back, and I've got my ponytail there, so again, it's probably going to be slightly off just a little bit. But you can see that as soon as I move, this bounces back up, and then I have the contours here. So again, it's supporting my neck up here, but my shoulders are off the pillow, so they're on to the mattress, and I'm getting that nice support. And like I said, it might look like I'm up at a little bit of an angle, but that's because I have my ponytail there. And normally, I don't have a ponytail when I'm sleeping, so it would be a little bit flatter. And then so you can, sometimes I'll even sleep a little bit like this as well. But anytime I move and I'm getting that movement, it bounces back up when I leave, and then it contours back down when I roll back onto it. And that's what I think is really important, that it's not staying squished and it's not staying up so firm where it doesn't give a little bit. And so it's got a nice amount of bounce to it when you're sleeping. And that's what you really want with that pillow. And you don't want the pillow to be so far up that your head is like this, even if your muscles are relaxed, that you're, in this position all night long. You really want it to be pretty close to a neutral position. So if you are interested in purchasing the pillow, make sure and click on the link up there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.